All right, we want to welcome you back to breaking news. We are covering a state of emergency in the city of Spokane because of ICE protests that have combined right near our broadcast studios here at 500 West Boone Avenue.
If you missed it earlier, we told you former city councilman, city council president even, Ben Stuckert, was among the protesters who were detained during this protest of standing in front of an ICE van that was trying to leave with two men inside.
That's right. He said that he was the legal guardian of a Venezuelan man and that he would sit in front of that bus, and he was inviting protesters to join him. And since about 2 o'clock this afternoon, that protest has grown significantly.
So we're going to go back to Maryssa Rillo once again now, and it sounds like there's more happening right in that area where you're at, Boone and Cataldo, right, Maryssa?
That's right, Derek. I actually want to show you this scene over here because you can hear stuff happening. I'm going to bring you to this area. There's more smoke in the air over towards the protest on the other side now. As you can see over here, now this is the building on Cataldo, is the building that is the ICE building here in Spokane. As you can see, these two vans just got here. Protesters are thinking they're going to bring the detainees out. And what Ben Stuckert had said was that he came in, the Venezuelan man came in for a regular ICE checkup, and that's when he was detained. We did see Ben Stuckert being detained himself earlier today. The smoke is coming in now. You can still hear the noise over in that area.
All right, and Maryssa, it looks like quite a bit of smoke is coming up back into the air. This is the second time that you've seen this tonight.
Yes, so earlier today, as they were trying to have people leave, someone deployed this smoke, excuse me. It's getting a little thick in this area. We also have some of the protesters over here excuse me, talking to the officers in this area. You can still see the police here with their gas masks, some with gas masks and some if not. They're bringing some detainees out. I don't know if you can tell within that thick smoke in that area, but it does look like some detainees are coming, excuse me.
All right. We're going to let Maryssa try to get out of harm's way there. It's very clear she's having a difficult time talking with all that smoke. What you're looking at now is from the Washington Bridge facing north. And now we're actually back on our other camera, which is on the north side facing south near Boone and Cataldo, where all that smoke is accumulating again in an effort to try to get these protesters to disperse. And as you were saying earlier, Kirsten, about 45 minutes now until this curfew goes into effect that Mayor Lisa Brown just issued within the last little bit.
That's right. It's going to go into effect at 9:30 and last until 5 a.m. And as Maryssa was telling us before she was experiencing that coughing fit there, that there are detainees that are actively being walked into, it looks like, these two white vans. And one of them is actually starting to move. So this is the first, Derek, that we've seen of some movement without the protesters, you know, locking arms in front of a truck.
Yeah, and I wonder if our director can possibly go back to our other live camera, if it's up still, on the Washington Bridge. So now, again, this is on the Washington Street Bridge, looking north, right, towards that building, the brick building there where Maryssa has been live for us. And you can see there's still quite a few people that involved in that protest, quite a few police cars still around, and then other people maybe just milling about trying to see what's going on there. And in regards to that curfew, once again, the only people who are exceptions to that will be law enforcement, emergency personnel, media, people leaving the Spokane Velocity game, as we told you about, that's happening right now at One Spokane Stadium. Residents in the area, people going to and from work.
Got it. All right, and it sounds like we are going to bring Maryssa back in here. Maryssa, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. There is a lot of noise here. As you can see, they're bringing detainees now into this white van. The protesters are angry, but they're also yelling at these detainees that they love them and making sure that they're showing their support. The smoke has died down here, but these are the detainees that you are seeing the agents bring from the ICE building into this van. This is the first time that we have seen detainees come out of this building today.
And Maryssa, just walk us through one more time how this all started. We know that this was because of a Venezuelan young man who just turned 21 today.
That's right, Kirsten. So Ben Stuckert said that he was the legal guardian of this 21-year-old Venezuelan man who was seeking asylum here in America, and he came in for a routine ICE checkup. He was called in for a check-in, and that is where he was detained. And then that's when Ben Stuckert started this protest, said that he was going to stand in front of the bus, or sit in front of the bus, excuse me, so that bus could not leave here tonight. Now we are seeing the first van is leaving, and the second van has now left with all the detainees.
And Maryssa, we're watching at least 5, 6 different people getting into those vans. Are you seeing more from your vantage point?
No, what we just saw in between those shots, in between that you came out from our shot, we did see other detainees come in. I would safely say about a dozen detainees were taken away at least right now.
All right. And again, with a lot of law enforcement presence there, there was no interaction, I guess, between those detainees and any of the protesters maybe trying to get between them and the police all in that area. So, Maryssa, Rillo, thank you very much.